Hello and welcome everyone to Tarot Tuesday. It's that time again. All right, I can't believe it's already Tuesday. So you guys know what to do. This is a time for you to chime in and ask your question and get some really good guidance and clarity, direction from me, my intuition, and the assistance of the tarot, which is wisdom in a box. I like to call it Shakespeare in a box. So you can go ahead and chat your questions in. You could ask yes or no questions. You can ask, just make your questions really clear so that you get a nice, clear response. And of course, I always like to start with the questions that people have emailed me or chatted in a previous box about. So before we dive in, though, I think I need to introduce myself. I'm Charlene Murphy. I'm an intuitive empath and energy healer. And I am just really super passionate about reminding people of their inner brilliance. I know that we are just so wired magnificently. And I think a lot of people take that for granted and don't realize their own power. And you can see that when people are giving their power away to all kinds of different situations and people and stuff. So I like to just remind everybody of your inner power. I like to help you learn the principles of manifesting, of intuition, and really trusting it, developing it and trusting it. And then the art of healing, knowing that our inner wisdom is also our greatest healing asset in our bodies and in our minds. It's all this trifecta that's happening here with the mind, body, and spirit, always working for us, never against us. So think about that for a sec. Your body's always telling you stuff, giving you signs and symptoms and messages that you need to listen to so that you can get ahead of things. So thanks for being here, you guys. I really appreciate your presence. I appreciate your energy. I love doing this. It's so much fun for me. And I want to get to as many questions as I can. So I'm going to go ahead and just dive in. So go ahead and write your question in the chat. But first, I'll go ahead and start with my email questions. So it would help if I had my tools. Okay, let me get my tarot cards out. I got a new deck, by the way. This isn't it. I feel like I have to spend time with my new deck, though. It's been my new deck is my third deck in 12 years. So I developed these huge, serious bonds with them. And I just don't feel like I'm ready to transition just yet. So bear with me. So we're gonna use my good old trusty handy dandy ones that I have a huge bond with. Yes, it matters. All right, so let me just shuffle these up. And then I have a question from Jen, and she asks, I'm considering back surgery. If I have it, will it eliminate the pain and other side effects I'm experiencing? Okay, good question. So this one sounds like a yes or no. So thanks, guys, for being here. I would say hi to Franklin, hi to Senan, hi to Jan. I got your question. We're opening that one up right now. Yes, so let's dive in. I don't know if you can see the cards, but I'm going to do this random style and just let myself be led to the cards because I trust them. And that's part of the reason why I have a bond. I have a bond with these puppies. So this is about Jan, back surgery. Will it help? Will it eliminate pain and symptoms? I got the quintessential yes and no card, right? So this could be sure, but there's probably going to be other things and other protocols that you can do to help and assist. It's definitely not a no card. It's a yes card, but it feels like more of a partial answer to your question. I don't think it's going to be the cure-all. So I know a lot of people, this is like my favorite question lately. People are asking me, what's the one thing that I can do? And in my head, I'm laughing, but not in their faces because that would be rude. But I'm thinking there is no one answer. There's a lot of different answers because there's a lot more going on than we know. And so, as we are, say, addressing the physical, obvious back pain, there might be some emotional issues in there too that need to be addressed, or some forgiveness that needs to be had around the issues that are, affecting or commingling with the back pain. Like I said, that triangle, that trifecta is for real. The mind, body, and spirit. They are not compartmentalized bits and pieces of us. They are the whole thing. And so sometimes all the time when we have emotional issues, they can manifest physically in our bodies, and then the body becomes problematic, and then that creates a whole slew of other emotional issues and spiritual issues. And so we have to look at these situations as big, holistic, comprehensive things that we can address at multiple levels. So this card makes perfect sense to me as a really good answer to that. So it's like, yeah, give it a try. That will help with the physical stuff, but then you still have work to do with the other parts and pieces, the spiritual and the emotional. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. Hey, Susanna. Hey, Blue Butterfly. Hello, Milou. I am seeing some familiar names. This is great. We've been doing this for about 3 weeks now. It's kind of exciting to see everybody come back 3 times in a row. So Cheryl asked me, and then I'll get to your questions. Really, I only have 3. Cheryl asked for a general reading, please. And so, yes, indeed, I'll give you a general reading. So my interpretation to that is I'll pull a card. So I'll ask my guides, I'll ask her guides, I'll ask the energies that be. I call it them. I'm not fancy. I'm not formal. I call my spirit guides. I call that benevolent information that's out there, always willing to help, whatever you want to call it. I call it them. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. Thanks, guys. And you know what? I've been that casual for many years, and it's all good. And I get messages back from them. They don't care. Just call on them. Okay, Cheryl. Let's pull a card for Cheryl. Let's do a general. I'm going to pull it for the week. A little padding. See what comes up for Cheryl. Okay, Cheryl. So nice card. It's one of the major cards. So this is the High Priestess. So this shows that you're in like the evolution of your life. When in this stage, she's wanting to come out and play. The High Priestess is the one who has the real knowledge, the truth with capital T. She's the one inside of all of us that's, the guiding spirit that runs the show by alignment and purpose and what's true, and not necessarily what culture and society is telling us is right or wrong or whatever. So this is that higher elevated part of you that knows, that is now running the show, and that's going to be your litmus test moving forward. Like when you have situations come up, you're not going to ask Google, you're not going to ask your friends. You might for just some validation, but you're going to get your real information, that intuitive answer that comes from within. And so now it's time to play by the higher rules. Good stuff. All right, Cheryl, hope that helps. That's a great card, by the way, so you can apply that to anything. All right, and then Anna, my last card question, Anna asks, and this is like a really good question that I'm going to get into a little bit later in the conversation. But she asks, what is the best way for me to open up and release my patterns of emotional numbness, loss of zest, and fear of intimacy? Raise your hand if you can relate to this question. I think all of us can, right? I think this is such a powerful question that come mid reading time, I'm going to talk more about this, but first I want to address Anna's question about this. I got so many downloads with this question. And the first thing I got, Anna, for you is working on your sacral chakra. And this is what I'm going to talk about later so that everybody can benefit from it. But let me pull a card. And I, I need to hurry and pull a card because I'm getting the downloads. But for you, I really do get that forgiveness is a big one for you. So working on that sacral and making a list of grievances, people, places, and things that have offended you, that have hurt you, that have beyond hurt you, and doing some forgiveness work around those things, because I feel this stuck energy right in my sacral when it comes to your specific question. So let's see what the cards have to say, because these are tarot readings, right? Yes. Okay. So the physical answer for you, I would say, is also about money. So I would imagine that whatever the situation that is keeping you blocked in your sacral is also affecting your money. And so you got your root chakra, you got your sacral chakra kind of going, what? They're freaking out a little bit. And that's okay. We all go through this. I don't say this to scare you. I say it to alert you to, okay, we have work to do. And we all have work to do, but specifically, Anna, you have some, we have some specific work that we can do together. In fact, we do have a session later on this afternoon. And I'm really glad that you made that with me because I know exactly what's going on with you. So yes, balancing out the money, feeling safe, clearing up, doing the forgiveness work is going to be super beneficial. So I hope that helps for now. Like I said, I want to get more into a discussion about the sacral chakra midway so that everybody can benefit. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and transition to your requests online for the readings. Okay, so Franklin says, hello. I am doing well. Thank you. Thank you, Senate, for asking. And I love that. I'm doing very well. I'm doing this experiment. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm letting my gray hair grow out. I've been a redhead my whole life. And it's like such a big part of my identity. I'm like, can I do it? I don't know, but I'm trying. We'll see. It's interesting, the aging process. It's really interesting. Jan says, hi, Charlene. And Senan asks, will I migrate to a new country? Ooh, hopefully. Can I go with you? Especially if it's like, I don't know, South America? That'd be cool. All right, so let's pull the cards and see. Senan, is she migrating? I'm assuming Senan is female. Okay, Senan, migrating, new country. Not right now. Okay, it looks like the 10 of Swords are at play with regards to this specific question. And so the energy that I get is that you want to, but then you keep thinking of all the reasons why you can't, or why it's hard, or why you shouldn't, or, so the swords here are simply fear thoughts. And fear thoughts can be transmuted. But in this instance, in this energy as it is now, it's too much, it's too heavy. So we have to do a lot of work around relieving yourself of those fears and anxieties, right? So that could be journaling, that could be chakra work, that could be reading, just inputting all kinds of different ideas, like even a good old pros and cons list, like, the reasons, the pros to leaving and the pros to staying, all of that stuff. So you're not ready yet. You have some thought processes to mull over, to sort through, to heal before the coast is clear, right? Before the pathway is open for you. Right. Well, I hope that's helpful. And you are totally in charge of how that works and how quickly you can transmute that energy and clean things up. And that's all it is. It's not a no card. It's a no for now. We have some work to do. Okay. So know that nobody can predict your future except you. I can definitely predict the present energy and the likely outcome, but you're the boss and you get to decide. So these readings are all about helping you get to the place that you want to be, right? And what might be in your way, because we all have things in our way. Okay, Susanna, hey, Christina. Hey, what will Ivan do first when we are finally reunited again? What will he do first? Okay, let's pull a card and see. My imagination's going rated R right now, so I'm going to go ahead and pull a card. So we can keep it G since we're in a public forum. Okay, but there's probably an answer there for you. Read between the lines. Okay. What's he going to do first? According to the cards, it looks like he's going to have a little freak out. So the Nine of Swords pops up. So, that's not the energy that I get. I get a completely different energy, but he might have some, he's worrying about something, like something maybe that he didn't take care of, or maybe something that he left behind. I'm not sure, but there's going to be some anxiety there that, again, just like the other card, this one's less severe. This one's just like keeps kind of wakes you up in the middle of the night and you're like, and is that kind of anxiety. So yeah, you can expect that you may have to, well, you don't have to do anything, but it might be helpful for you to keep the communication open with him so that he feels that he can have conversations about the things that he will be missing, losing, walking away from, things like that. Because it feels like he's going towards something and leaving something else. So hope that helps. Okay. So Darlene from South Africa, hello. She says, first time here. Would love a general reading. Liked and shared your page. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that for liking and sharing my page. I never ask people to do that, but it's like so cool when they do. Appreciate it. Okay, so general reading for Darlene from South Africa. Let's go ahead and pull a card. What's in the cards for Darlene? All right. Okay, second time this card showed up today. So this is the financial money card. The Four of Pentacles talks about balance, budgeting, taking care of business. It also speaks to voting with your dollars, not being too worried. And I know that a lot of people are worried, especially with the news about what's the word, recession, things like that. See, I don't watch the news much. I really stay in my own bubble, and I encourage everybody else to do the same. It's important to know basically what's going on, but if we inundate ourselves with it, it will really run our energetic show, and we'll start believing stories that may not even really apply to us. So check yourself with regards to your money. I know it's time to be thoughtful, mindful, maybe frugal, but again, vote with your dollars and know that there's this party going on with the law of reciprocity that I love, love, love. And it says that we receive what we give. And if we're holding on too tightly and we're being stingy or fearful about our money and we're not circulating it, then we don't create anymore. We don't create a channel for any new money to come through. So just think of yourself like this energy vortex, or think of it like a channels that water channels. Those are easy to imagine, right? And so if we're dammed up and we're holding off, that we don't have a pathway for any new income. So be smart, be practical, follow your intuition, follow your higher sense, and vote with your dollars, and check your thoughts about what they're saying in the news, or just turn it off and listen to some good music. And and yeah, and you'll be just, you are just fine, you'll be just fine. Okay, but don't let this dominate your mental capacity, because then it just gets in the way of creativity and all kinds of fun stuff. Okay. Susanna asks, I'd love to ask, will I get either of the 2 jobs I just applied for? Okay, let's do a fun little thing. So I'm gonna, well, I don't know which job is which. So, okay, I'll just answer your question as is. Will you get one of the jobs? Because I want to know which one. But will you get one of the jobs, one of the 2 that you just applied for? Wheel of Fortune, yes. So, what I would do is, because it's the Wheel of Fortune is like the cool card in the tarot. It talks about, I love this, all the little guides in the corners. They all have their books cracked open. It's one of my favorites. So this talks about all the knowledge, all the tool skills sets that you have are just, it's an inevitable tipping point. Things are moving in a positive direction for you. So keep your eye on the prize. Which one do you really want? Put that out there too. See yourself in it and manifest it even sooner, bigger, closer. You're not done. Keep the process up. Pull it in. It's like that fish, pull it in, pull the one in that you really, really want to, because it's inevitable. Alrighty, Blue Butterfly asks, afternoon, woo, any messages from my triplet boys for me and my boyfriend? Oh, yes, they're saying it's squishy in here. All right, let's see what your triplet boys, see what any messages from the womb have to say to you. Blue Butterfly, good question. Okay, interesting. All right, so the 7 of Cups comes up for that. The 7 of Cups speaks about, like, look a little closer, all is not what it seems. So what I'm intuiting is that there might be some medical advice or something coming at you, telling you something, but you're not quite sold on it. And so even if it's being presented by somebody who seems to really know their stuff, but this card really speaks to, hey, you're the expert. You're the expert on you. So trust your intuition, look a little deeper, do a little bit more research, okay? Because at this point, it might just be too much information. It's all I get. I don't get anything scary. I get it's benign, but keep your power and make your choices or make your decisions based on how you feel, and even have a conversation with them, which I know you do. Just keep having those conversations with them and ask them what they want. Okay. All right. Hope that was helpful. Okay, Milu, I hope I am saying your names correctly, everybody. And I apologize if I'm not. I know names are hugely important to all of us. So much respect. May I have guidance on what to do regarding my situation with my partner? Thank you. Well, you're welcome. Okay, guidance on what to do regarding the situation with your partner. Okay. Let's take one from over here. What to do? This is a very clear answer for me. So the what to do is pick up your cup and go towards the situation. This is the Knight of Cups is making amends. It's peace. It's the peace offering, the love offering. So the cups are relationships, and what's inside there is your love, and so go give it. And I know that sometimes the situation feels like you don't want to do that, but somebody has to go first, right? So there you go, making amends. All righty, Jen says, thank you. True Love says, hi dear, I am new. Hello, hello. Okay, Christina, that I'm going to go ahead and see if there's anybody who has any new questions and circle back to you if we have time, okay? Yes, True Love, you can ask a question. Okay, looks like when you hit that enter key, you're okay. Try that again. So Trisha asks, first time for me here. Hi, Trisha. Thank you. Would love a message. Yes, I would love to give you a message. Okay. Let's see what is in store for Trisha today. All right. Trisha, there's this one card that's just poking out that wants to come and play. Okay, so Trisha, I'm wondering if you're asking about work and things like that, if that's on your mind. But I got this card. It's one of my favorites because I'm an entrepreneur. And this really speaks to doing your blessed work, doing your aligned purpose work, just trusting it. Because there's a lot of people who they'll have a second job to kind of support their true job. I have been so guilty of that during the years. But when we let go and we just allow the authenticity of ourselves and the work to come through, the people come and pay. The people will come and they will pay, So I see this card a lot when people are kind of on the threshold of, gee, do I step into that or do I not? Because there's that practical part of ourselves and the root chakra and the lower chakras that want to keep us safe. And that's their job. That's what they're here to do. And then we have our higher chakras that are always wanting us to be more in alignment and more authentic with our spirit selves, right? And I see it as a big dance. It's an intermingling that needs to happen. And so if we need to split it down the middle, go for it. But trust that your sacred work, the stuff that you love to do, is holy and it's paying off. So I say holy because of the threes and the trinities and all of that, right? So it's the sacred stuff. Dive in, have fun with that. Okay. Okay, so Rosa asks, hi, is a completely new and fulfilling job opportunity coming to me June or July? Wow, I love that. Specific. So, what I know about this question is that Rosa is not settling for a job that doesn't fulfill her. It's just not going to happen. She's very clear in her intention. She's very clear in her request. And now she just has the audacity to say which month, June or July. I love, love, love it. So I can tell that Rosa is a really good manifester just based on the way she phrased her question. Okay, so Rosa, which one is it, June or July? How will I know? Let's pull a June and let's pull a July. Well, the June card is most definitely the answer. So June, there's June. What does that say to you? That's pretty clear as to what the answer is, like happy days, right? And then there's July, which is more like a contemplation. Not a bad card, but this is clearly the winner, right? So love it. All right. Okay. Let's take a look at these lighting situations here. Like my eyeballs are bleeding from the light. Okay. Dave asks, any good news for me? Tell me something good. Tell me something good. All right, Dave, let's take a look. And I've got people from Facebook. I've got people from YouTube. All channels are going today. This is good. All righty. Let's take a look. Wait, I need to focus on Dave. Hold on. Dave, 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 Dave. Don't talk. Focus. Okay. Dave. Okay, well, we got some big changes coming your way, Dave. We got the death card. Not to be taken literally. All right. So the death card is it's a major arcana card. It means something pretty significant is coming to an end. And of course, this is necessary. It's a necessary card for any change, any good change to happen. So now I can see why you asked if there's anything good coming. Yes, there's a lot of good stuff, but it's on its way after this stuff that's happening now. So patience. And whilst you're waiting, you can visualize your preferred outcome, be like Rosa. Visualize your preferred outcome. It's like, all right, this sucks and it hurts and all this other stuff. Maybe it could be painful. I'm not sure. I don't know exactly what you're going through. But I know that there's something good for me here at the other side of this. And this is what I would like. And it's really funny because as we're doing that, we're raising our vibration, we're helping ourselves feel better, we're manifesting, we're doing all that, but we're also opening these amazing doors for surprises and for things unseen. So that's the fun side of manifesting for me. Like there's the obvious manifesting of the things that you're requesting or the states of being that you're requesting. And then there's the other stuff that comes like a little side gift or a wow. And you're just, woof, that was cool. But if you weren't in an open place and asking, you wouldn't be able to receive it, right? So I'm going to take a little break right now and transition to that thing because that is like the segue that I really wanted to talk about today. So going back to the question we had earlier from Anna about, I'm going to read it again just because it's such a good question. What is the best way for me to open up and release my patterns of emotional numbness, loss of zest, and fear of intimacy? So the many downloads that I get from this just all point to the sacral chakra. So those of you who don't know what the sacral chakra is, it is the second chakra out of the main 7. I think we have probably hundreds of chakras or energy systems inside of our bodies that correlate with certain aspects of our lives. And the sacral chakra has everything to do with pleasure, has everything to do with beauty, has everything to do with intimacy and creation. Think pregnancy, think pregnant with possibilities, right? And so it is the one chakra that blows my mind when I really stop and think about it, in that the human, us, all of us, we're wired for pleasure. We're wired for appreciation, gratitude, for feelings and sensory gratifications. I mean, how lucky are we? We didn't have to be wired like that. We did not have to be created like that, but we are. And so we're the creatures that can feel. We can create. We can feel fabric, we can feel love, we can taste food, we can really enjoy and get into the juice of music and art and all of these things that are the beauty of nature blowing people's minds every day. The waterfalls of Oregon, oh my gosh, all of the different sensory gratifying things that are surrounding us and that are so available to us. And the thing that I see that makes me hesitate is people's resistance to all this or their lack of awareness of it. And I think it's just because we're born into it so much. We're so gifted. We're so blessed that we acclimate to it so fast that we're kind of spoiled. And then we don't see it. We don't appreciate it. We're like, meh, been there, done that, right? So this is something when we get out of our childhoods, because in our childhoods, we're in awe of everything, most of us. And then we have to start to look for the beauty. We have to start looking for the pleasure and let ourselves like loosen up and go into the flow of receiving and going and relaxing and going, oh, receiving. So I wanted to just touch on the sacral chakra and the beauty of it. And when it's open and receptive, the miracles that are here for us and the creative juices, the word juice and orange and tangerine and all of this joy, all of those words and images come to my mind when I think of the sacral chakra. And it's like, it's so hard to be depressed. I have to open my window. It's like super hot in here. Hold on. And put a pillow over the heating vent. One sec. Oh my God. Okay. It's either hot or cold in here. So getting into your sacral chakra and appreciating all that stuff and looking for the beauty, looking for the juice. Now, we have had some serious issues come up in our lives that can create distrust and disconnection from our sacral chakra. That is real. I am not just, we're going to pay attention to that stuff. So we're going to honor it. We're going to open it. We're going to do the work around it so that we can heal the wounds that have blocked us from receiving the beauty that is around us, right? So it takes a lot of awareness. It takes a lot of inner work to acknowledge, to label, to write, to be with, to sit with, and to process through the things that can open up our sacral chakras so that we can have more joy, we can have more pleasure, we can enjoy intimacy and not have sexual issues or identity issues or creative blockages. We can open up all of that so that we can be in the flow of the fun, the well-being, the lightness that comes with that, right? And so, working with a spiritual worker, a soul coach like myself, a therapist, a shaman, an energy healer, all of those, working with any of those people or somebody that you just really love and trust to get that stuff out so you can process it, so that you can open and receive it. A lot of it boils down to forgiveness work, getting to a place where we take all that muck out that is blocking us. And a lot of that is typically resentment, um, uh, issues from our past, violations of our past, and getting to a place where we can forgive it all. And I'm not saying that we forgive the violators. I'm not saying that we forgive the things that happened, but we can forgive it in a bigger general way to relieve ourselves, to say, I am divorcing this story. I'm not carrying this around with me anymore because life is beautiful and I want to participate more fully of it. And I'm not allowing you to rob me of my joy anymore. I'm taking back my power. I'm soothing out my sacral chakra and I'm saying yes to joy and happiness and doing the work that is involved there, So there's a lot of different things also in the physical realm that you can do to help in this area. And that would be like hula hooping, getting those hips moving, dancing, yoga movements that are good in hip openers. So just think anything that sparks you, eating good food, doing something different, think of your senses, think of how you can satisfy your senses and do something different. I think that's what a lot of adults get stuck in, these ruts, and we forget. And so when you do something different, eat a different flavored ice cream, eat a different flavored food, even a different ethnicity or ethnic food, and just introduce new flavors into your world, new art into your world, new music into your world, instead of being so rigid as to what your preferences are and always have been. They can expand and they can grow and they can be different. And then that also inspires this creativity that happens, right? So The thing that I want to leave you guys with here is to give yourself a little test to see how receptive you are. I created a quiz. It's on my website. It's called How Receptive Are You? It should be called Are You Blocking Yourself, or something more, I don't know, dramatic, so that people would take it more, because it's an important subject. It's really important to know how receptive you are when you're blocking yourself. So this receptivity quiz is on my website, charlenemurphy.com/receptivity hyphen quiz. Or you can access it just by going to my website, Charlene Murphy. You'll see free tools up in the top banner or menu. And then one of the free tools are quizzes. I have 3 quizzes. Take the receptivity quiz, really question that, because I think a lot of people will running around the planet thinking that they're all open and receptive when they are not. And it's obvious, because you can see that they're blocking their blessings, they're blocking their manifestations, right? So a degree of humility is required in this area so that we can see where we're blocking ourselves. And it's like, oops, all right, I see how my bias just kept me there, or I stepped into that story again. So yes, keep it open at the top, and go play and check that out. Okay, so hopefully that was useful information for you. Check out your sacral chakra. Go do something fun and juicy today. I love even like tangerine essential oils. It's one of my favorites. Just try to sniff that and be depressed at the same time. I double dog dare you. It's impossible. Okay. Back to sessions. Back to the mini readings. Okay. Alrighty. Got a lot of highs and hellos. Alonzo, hello. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's so sweet. Okay. When will you get a job? This is Surabi. Hopefully I said your name right. I love ya all. When will I get a job? You will get a job when you want one. That's the short version answer. You will get a job when you want one. The power of manifestation drawn by desire is predictable, very predictable. We can tell by what's going on, what people really are, and I'm saying really like on a deep, higher level, what they're really, 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 really wanting, and what they're not. Okay, so when are you going to get a job? Okay, so the answer to this on the physical plane is the 2 of Pentacles. So it looks like you're playing with some money, maybe balancing your budget. And so to answer your question, when will you get a job? Maybe when you get tired of this dance and it gets more painful. So things happen when, obviously, Tony Robbins talks about this a lot. The pain threshold is like a really big motivator. It's one of the things, actually, sometimes it's the only thing that motivates people, right? But when we get enough pain, then we're going to change the story. So you're doing okay, though. You're balancing the money. You're doing the budget dance. What goes up must come down, kind of thing. So nothing is urgent. But I would say, let me give you a little spiritual advice here on that one. Look for a job or create a job that speaks to your soul, and then it won't feel like a job. Because I tell people that all the time. It's like, no, I will never get a job again. Sorry, won't do that. Talk about giving all your power away and then being kind of a slave. It's no fun. But if your profession, your chosen profession is a job, make sure you're in your chosen profession. Do what you love. You've heard this a zillion times. Just do what you love. Look for jobs that really speak to your spirit, really speak to your soul, so that it's a fun way to spend your time, right? Talk about sacral chakra. Okay, Richard James. Good evening from the UK. I hope you are doing very well. I am. Thank you, Richard James. I appreciate that. I'm doing very well. It's a beautiful day in Oregon. It's been rainy and overcast and very Pacific Southwest kind of weather, which is not all that common to Southern Oregon, believe it or not. And it's kind of nice. Okay. Alonzo, Susanna says, amazing to hear. That's exactly what I've been manifesting. Thank you. You're very welcome. You're the manifester. Thank yourself. You're awesome. Okay. Alonzo says, gracias. Dinata, you're very welcome. I love it. Trisha says, would love a message on love. Thank you. Okay. All right. Let's pull a card on for Trisha for love. What's going on in Trisha's love life? What does she need to know? How can we help her now? Okay, Trisha, I get the 5 of Wands for you. The 5 of Wands is like a competition card. So what's going on there? Are you squabbling? So this is a light kind of energy. It's nothing, it's like sparring, like finding. So if you're sparring with somebody, it could be even like foreplay, really, honestly. But it also could lead to some serious fights. So check yourself with this card. I'm sure you get a deeper meaning for it for this because your question's really vague for me. So how does this apply to you in your love life? You know? So stick with that. Maybe even Google the card. Biddy Tarot is a great resource for meanings. So you might want to look that up. Yeah, but it looks like fun. It looks like sparring. It looks a little exciting. I don't get any danger. Okay, so Sarabi asks, will I get a job in the next 6 months? Milu says, thanks so much. You're very welcome. Angela Rose says, hello. Hello, Angela. Okay, so let's see if Sarabi gets that job in the next 6 months. That one card is just popping for me. Okay. The Queen of Swords. This speaks about clarity. This is definitely a yes card. So, yep, cutting straight to it. All right. So, and the more clear you are with the job that you want, boom, manifestors, the more energy, the more space you have created for the job or the thing that you're wanting to come to you. Clarity, clarity, clarity. Clarity is queen. Okay, so let's see. Rosa, thank you. You're welcome. Blessings, I'll take them. How are you doing? Yana, I am doing very well. May I ask about love? I'm guessing. Let me go ahead and pull a card, Yana. Yana. Thanks for asking, you guys. I love the well wishes. Thank you so much. Okay. Boop. Yana. Ah, Temperance. One of my favorite cards in the tarot. So look closely. There's this angel here, 1 foot in the grass, 1 foot in the water, talking about that mix of the upper chakras and the lower chakras, right? So when it comes to you and your question and love is what I'm guessing you're asking, this has to do with taking situations, could be like job, family, you name it, 2 kind of opposing situations and mixing them and making it work. So this is the alchemist card. Like you are the alchemist of your life and you're mixing these things together to make a formula that actually works well in your life. And you're doing this with the power of your intuition, your higher self, and your practical self, your human self. So you're making these solutions that really speak to the entire solution. It's like, this is a really great place to be in your life. So keep up the good work. And then the symbol here too, the triangle, which I wear around my neck, is the symbol of temperance and sobriety, figuring it out, getting it together, getting to the holy place as a result. Alrighty. All right. I think we have already cycled through all of the questions. Let me go ahead and give it another scroll. You're welcome, you guys. Awesome. Great to hear. Oh, there's Ashley. Hey, Ashley. Long time no see. Love it. If you have a question, let me know. Okay. Okay, interesting. Thanks, Christina. That sounds like you got an answer that you weren't wanting. It happens. Okay, Queasy Jones. K-Weezy Jones. I didn't see that one. See, I'm glad I'm going through this. And then I also see Kuzbu. Okay, so I don't. Yeah, so if I miss you guys, my apologies. The sort on the scroll is a little odd. I have multiple streams going. Yeah, so hopefully I'll catch y'all. Yana says yes. Okay, K-Weezy. K. Let's pull a card and see what's in store for you. Okay, my eyes are just, ouch. Put on my glasses, see if that helps. K-Weezy. I'm so drawn to that side of the deck for you. Let's see what's happening. Oh, nice card. Queen of Cups. So, K-Weezy, this is your card of the week, I would say. Queen of Cups. This talks about your emotional clarity. This talks about you being the master of your emotions. You're probably super highly empathic like I am. And you, instead of being ruled by your emotions like we used to be in the olden days, before we learned a few tips and tricks about being an empath, we grow into this place of emotional mastery and using our sensitivity as our greatest guide, knowing that it is here to definitely serve us. So, yes, you're in a very high place of that where, you're probably a counselor or people come to you with their issues, their situations. You're a nurturer, a guide, all of those things. It's like, you're living your path. Good stuff here. Okay, so I want to make sure I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Kuzbu. Let's go there. Kuzbu. Let's pull a card. Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Am I next? Are we there yet? We're there. We're there. Let's pull a card for you and see what's happening. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Got the Three of Wands for you. This is definitely a card about contemplation and what's next. Like, what's next? What's next? This is all the stuff that I was teasing about. It's funny how the tease is usually full of wisdom, but maybe slowing down enough to ask the bigger question as to what does my spirit want next? What is next for me in my spiritual evolution? What have I put out there that is coming back to me? It's in a very comfortable place, to where it's like time to kind of reap your rewards or to see the things that you have put into place. And it's all about what's next. What do I do with my wands here? My wands are my purpose, my passion. Where shall I apply them next? All right, I hope that answered your question. I see the scroll moving. Mhm. Okay. I don't know what the end is and what the beginning is. Good stuff. All right. Miss J. She says she's subscribed. Thank you, Miss J. Can I ask? Okay, I'm going to leave the scroll right there and see if anything comes in afterwards. Yes, Miss J. I think this will be the last card of the day. So let's go ahead and get in and clear, clear, go in. Miss J, what does the universe want you to know? Okay, Miss J. This is the second time this card popped up. Out of 78 cards, when we get multiple cards, it always makes me go, A lot of people, because the law of attraction, have the same energy, the same issues, right? Ooh. So that's kind of common. So the Seven of Cups. It's like, okay, let's look a little closer. What are my options? I'm not quite sure. So, and when I see this card, it's not the time to make a decision. It's time to step back or to step in and to see what's in the bowl. What's really going on? What's the deeper picture, the deeper meaning? That Shakespeare line, all is not what it seems, comes to mind when I see this card. So yes, get some clarity, maybe do some meditation, journaling to ask what it is that you're really wanting. And then with the things that are coming towards you, the opportunities that are coming towards you, here's a really great test that you can do. It's the heart test. You just the heart is the seat of the soul. It is connected to your high self. It is connected to the energy of the universe, the well-being of the universe, right? It's where all the answers are. Y'all got all the answers right here. And so when you do the heart test and you have a situation like this where you have many options and you're not quite clear, you can go into the heart or the tarot. There's so many different tools, but this one is like a nice one, so that you can quiet down the noise and you can say, okay, if my heart knew the best option for me, it would tell me, wait for it. And then let that intuitive information come through to you. You'll feel it in your body, or you'll hear it, or you'll see an image. Everybody receives the information differently. You could see a sign, you can see a bumper sticker, you can have a dream. There's so many different ways. And in fact, that's one of my quizzes that I have on my website too. Out of the 3, it's what's your intuitive gift? So when you know what your intuitive gift is, you'll just tune into it more readily and every day and on purpose, right? So go take that quiz as well. charlenemurphy.com /intuitive-quiz. I'm sure you'll find it. It's under the free tools quizzes. So when you have that information about yourself, oh my gosh, life just opens up. Everything opens up. So yes, Miss J, this is it. What's your dream? You say you want to follow your ultimate dream. Narrow it down. Maybe it's time to niche down a little bit so that you can hone in more clearly on the things that you're wanting to manifest, maybe one at a time, right? There we go. Okay, Alonso says forever. Apsana, I'm new here. Can I get a card, please? Yes, I'll go ahead and close with one more reading, one more card for Apsana. You're welcome, Miss J. Love it. Okay, Apsana. Clear the deck, Apsana. Oh, okay. Oh, I just broke the rule of what we're not supposed to do as tarot readers and have those visceral responses. But you got the 3 of Swords. A 3 of Swords is about some disappointment. So it's time for you to look at that disappointment And know that with every disappointment, with every situation that causes this kind of quandary, basically, is to look inside of it, because there's some messages here for you. There's some healing to happen for you with regards to that too. It could be a minor disappointment, it could be a deep disappointment, but the point is to hone in, be still with it, open it up, and ask questions so that you can process through it and gain the wisdom and the lessons that are here for you. Yes. So I hope that responded. I hope so too. It's deep. Okay. All right. So sit with it. The best way through it is through it. There are no shortcuts. We can make it easier by practicing a lot of self-love and taking our time and really embracing that. I think avoidance and things like that are the things that make it worse and linger. So embrace this, be easy, take naps when you need to, whatever you need to process, just be super kind with yourself, okay? And know that it's all here for you, never against you. Okay, I'm glad you have faith. Me too. I do. I have faith in all of it. It's just a matter of our perceptions and how we respond to things, right? And if we get the lesson, or if we just let the fear bang us upside the head and flatten us, that's no fun. All right, you guys, it is time to, excuse me, call it a day. My throat chakra is saying, that's it. Okay, so until next week, take those quizzes, go to my site, charlenemurphy.com, free tools, you'll see them. Have fun, explore yourself, love yourself, take good care of yourself, and take good care of each other. And I will see you next Tuesday. Oh, I just said a naughty. I will see you next week. All right, peace out, everybody. Lots of love.